Stadium in Knoxville, one of the great venues in all of college football and home to the Tennessee Volunteers. And this crowd knows that when the Vols run through the tee, they are in for a show. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Volunteers will put total leather and we'll get started. Looking for blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. The handoff to Johnson. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Well, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
With jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. That's reeled in. It's Burke. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Just a short pass to the tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on fourth down, but the consequences from that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
Here comes the offense on first down. They'll go to the ground. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
Quarterback will audible. On fourth down, trying to find his man. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
Hey, at this point of the game, 4th and short, no problem going for it. 4th and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
They'll give it to Johnson. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this.
Trying to burn this defensive back. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Florida. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. They're lining up to boot it away. He'll bring it out. It's Selden. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody.
Oh, he gets downfield for the big catch. Running toward the tape. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown ball.
Man, the defense has got to be kicking themselves. They had the offense pinned back so deep in their own end. It's one thing to give up a completion, but you can't let the receiver go the entire distance and score a touchdown. Bad job on the back end by the D.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. The handoff to Johnson. Keeps the legs moving. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Well, it's plays like that that will help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And he earned earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. The Gators will hustle to the line.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Running back searching for a hole. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Fires to the wideout. And the ball is picked off. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. That throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
They'll go to the toss. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Eight-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. They'll run the option. Now the toss. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on fourth. Just going to keep it after the snap. All kinds of running room. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, fourth down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's running in the open. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
And the Volunteers are moving quickly down the field. Runs through a tackle. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Got 3 on first down. It's second and 7. To the air, it's Iamaleava. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He caught it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Notre Dame is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a close one so far in South Bend. They're up by 8 over Stanford. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Comes out throwing on first down. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love it. Circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking left. And they can't make the connection on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a catch at the 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Gator.
And you can tell he trusts his big tight end. Airing the football way down the field, treating him like a wide receiver because you know he's going to go up, make the big play, get you in the end zone, score a touchdown.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Selden. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that...
Ball in the air, intercepted! Touchdown, Florida! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then... Don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
The offense lining up for a first down play. The give out of the gun. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Wide out in motion. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Quarterback moving. He'll throw one to his right. It's complete. A huge pickup. Big gain on that one as he stepped out of bounds with a first down. A terrific throw that time, and when you play quarterback here, there's a pretty rich legacy to try to live up to.
And just finding that guy that just makes it look easy. I think the Vols fans will really appreciate that when a guy that can push it down the field, make the right decisions consistently, be smart at that quarterback spot.
Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown Volunteers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, what a nice touchdown run. And this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
Getting set for the point after. Bangs it through for an extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he finished it with a scintillating 28-yarder to the house. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Abrams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field, the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Line getting set on second down. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Going for the big play. It's a big stride inside the 10. Touchdown Gators. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Selden. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This has been a spectacular offensive showcase so far, David.
This has been unbelievable. The fireworks has been amazing. This is modern offense now. Palmer, when you look at college football, there's a lot of scoring, and defenses hadn't had a lot of answers.
No, and this game's been a track meet, man. So if you're on offense right here, keep the pedal to the metal. Keep the tempo going. Stay aggressive.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Fast motion from the offense. Back to throw, it's Iamaleava. Safe completion on the screen. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
They'll throw it on first down. Feeling some heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on second and 10. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Right back up top on second and 10. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The quarterback had no shot on that play. He had a defender bearing down on him. He knew he was going to get hit. I think he should have just thrown that thing out of bounds. He's lucky that wasn't picked throwing into double coverage.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. He wants to throw it again. He wants to take the top off. He's got it down the right side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
And the Vols with the first and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Defense in press coverage. These corners backing off a bit. Going for the big play. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. Got room on the return. Still on his feet. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Got enough space. Into the house. Touchdown ball.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm, but this passing game can continue to heat up. Look out in the second half.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Notre Dame is currently up big at this moment in what's shaping up to be a lopsided affair for the Golden Domers. They're up by 36 over Stanford. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that's what this defense needs to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning this defense around.
They'll try to get outside. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Back open in the middle. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Gators will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Selden. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Spins away from the defense. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, Defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
Right back to the well. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The Vols will snap it on 1st and 10. Give to the back. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Got it in the middle. It's McCoy. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation and the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
Touchdown, Tennessee! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes, continue to feed this man the ball.
And they did tack on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. To the ground with the back. Discards a man. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Running backs square their shoulders up. It's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on every...
And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Now they'll run it to the right here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over $100 on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. It's complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Volunteers headed quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He wants to go deep, and he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. He'll go out of bounds, but just what they needed to get the ball back. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. On 1st down, here comes this offense. The give to the back. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
on second down. Just keeps firing. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. He's running free down the middle. Touchdown, Florida. And once he got loose, it was all over. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He breaks a tackle. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Back to throw. It's Iamaleava. Now adjusting. He'll pull it down. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catch in the middle. It's McCoy. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
That's an awesome effort by the receiver there, because he didn't have the first down once he caught the pass. He had to be able to make a guy miss. And with his athleticism and skill, he's able to do that. And as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Quarterback checking the play. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on 3rd down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Sampson. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. On 4th down, looking to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. Whew, boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he sing that thing in there?
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Okay,
And the Volunteers have this offense rolling. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Volunteers! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Oklahoma State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Boone Pickens Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Tulane. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Got his man quickly. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the defense carries the day. They win at the line of scrimmage, and they stuff him on 3rd and inches. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. They'll try it on the ground, and the Gators get it past the sticks.
And 4th and inches for me is a green light anywhere on the field. I'm going to run the football. I'm going to be physical. I'm going to go to my play. I know I can get it. I like the play call on 4th and inches to go for it.
The running back has it. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Offense set on 1st down. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here.
The Gators want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Using the quick game. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down.
QB now has over 400 yards passing, guys, and you got to give everybody else in his supporting cast a ton of credit. Receivers, great job running routes, catching the football, and this offensive line has been outstanding, giving him time to throw.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of 1st downs, and here they come again. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Finds the tight end. Got room at the 35. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. The Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. Quick pass on the jet motion. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Quickly complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Third down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Finds his man enough for the first. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
It doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They'll give it to Johnson. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Man, he really wanted that first down, but you got to understand, it's fourth down now. Got to get the first down, less than 60 seconds, so got to be fast and get the first down.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Gator!
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. And now they're going to go for two and the possible win, and this crowd rises up to try to make it tough. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. And now they've decided to go for two. A gutsy call, and the game likely to be decided right here. Snap it to the back. He will get there, and they take the lead with a two-point conversion. What a gutsy call. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. will start this drive firing. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Makes the catch down the right side. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. It's incomplete, and the last chance is just out of reach, and that's going to do it. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go into the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us.